And I was thinking about how expensive it is for one group of people, white or black, rich or poor, to hold another group of people back. Because you can't dance if you got one foot on somebody else's neck. The only way you can dance is with both feet. And this society has got to dance. Now I hope this society dances. We have to recognize that every man is my brother, black, white, green, or yellow. And when we have reached that point, I think we can dance. And I think we're going to, they're striking up the band.
Wow.
Let's make 2 rows.
Should we kneel? Should I kneel?
Just take a shirt. Now we're ready? Thank you. Give me a copy.
Inferiority one, because I think
That's what I'm thinking.
it's.
I think there are some cool lines in here that could kind of go into it, but
So what you do is you put a little star next to those. After you get the form pretty much totally made, you're like, where can I slide this in? You know what I mean? Once you get the frame, then you can like put anything in there. You know, it's like once you have a dresser, you can put any clothes in the drawers, but you need the dresser to know where to put your clothes in.
At the beginning, did you say something about your own doxologies? All right. There is a hymn called the doxology.
Right.
That at that point that you could probably, since you can sing, like overlay over it. It goes, praise God for whom all blessings flow.
All right. So I'll check back in with you guys in like 10 minutes.
These are what I'm going to be reading while you're singing.
okay, so start from the very top.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, it doesn't feel good to be silent. As a matter of fact, it's just plain uncomfortable. Kind of like when the bully decides that he wants to get violent. Kind of like when the bully decides that he wants to get violent. So he puts you in a headlock so tight that he crushes your larynx.
Or voice box.
Or boxed voice.
My windpipe is pulled like a cylinder of chewing gum by dry, ashy fingers well into my pelvis.
And I hate to tell this, but even after he releases, my neck is in pieces. And now, this line that I wrote last night, I don't know where that, like, is that, are we going to be saying that in discordance, or are we going to be saying that together?
Can you read it again?
It's, it doesn't feel good to be silent. It doesn't feel good to be silent. This kingdom suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. And this kingdom suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. God has written my fate, O silencer, you cannot change my course. God has written my fate, O silencer, you cannot change my course. But remember and understand that silence is a choice. Praise God from whom all blessings flow.
I was given 2 ears and 1 tongue. Can't I listen more than I speak? Where is the harm in that? The lent in silent means I'm giving that space back.
And I think if you come back to it towards the end, then it creates an excellent
no,
frame.
you know what we should do? We should do the second 2 lines, praise him above all creatures, when we talk about like how people don't speak up when racism in public.
Oh, okay.
All right.
42% of white American teenagers speak up when they hear racist comments.
Bold, decisive, be fierce, be confident, be honest.
But what kind of schools do we have where 58% of white teenagers don't speak out against hatred?
Where 58% of white students
don't speak out against hatred.
Being quiet is a strong choice.
Except when it isn't.
Except when it isn't.
when it isn't.
Except when it isn't. Except when it isn't.
Except when it isn't.
I'm going to stay on the battlefield. I'm going to stay on the battlefield. I'm going to stay on the battlefield till I die.
As far as we've gone, we've got a long, long way to go.
What crowd of people do I want to talk to? Truthfully, I want to call you all out.
Why are so many pages missing from my books?
I want to call each and every one of you out who have a chair in the meetings that are supposed to make a difference in our schools and our society.
Why am I the only Black, Latino, or Asian girl in my AP class?
Art is a way that people can express the way that they feel about a situation. Like, you know, some people draw, like, you know, some people sing, some people yell, like, you know, and I think just in this particular case, people are screaming and singing and yelling for justice.
I'm going to stay on the battlefield. I'm going to stay on the battlefield. I'm going to stay on the battlefield till I die.
The only way you deal with power like that is to keep pushing.
I want to call all of you who make call to actions and never actions we can call on.
Why are insults and disses carved into my desks? And why am I beginning to do it too?
I want to tell all the secrets of how you make all the decisions by what you believe, by what you value, never once taking you out of the equation.
Why are all my classrooms so crowded?
Segregation of white and colored children in public schools has a detrimental effect upon the colored children.
It is time to move us all into another century. Time for freedom and racial and sexual justice. Time for women and children and men. Time for hands unbound.
Self-segregation in my public high school, different colored threads, separate rolled spools. Is this a topic on which I can speak? Because my skin isn't brown. Bored.
How at all the wrong reasons you're acting all stout, holds in the truth what needs to be shared, what my educational system is really about.
The impact is greater when it has the sanction of the law.
Diversity is our beauty and integration is our blood as it flows down the roads that we walk on screaming, the people united shall never be defeated with a reason centuries old.
Come, I say come and return to the fight. This fight for the earth, this fight for our children, this fight for our life.
Power concedes nothing without pressure. Pressure. Agitate, agitate, agitate.
The children of today cannot love our tomorrow if the rulers of today do not.
For the policy of separating the races is usually interpreted as denoting the inferiority of the Negro group.
There was one Black girl in my AP American class. One day, we read a poem comparing Booker T to WEB, and we all sat staring at Alana, waiting for her response. Then we realized we were staring at her and started to turn away, really casual, like nothing had happened. But it had.
A sense of inferiority affects the motivation of a child to learn.
Soon after being in my 6-person class, like yesterday, I remember, South Orange Maplewood School District classified me. It was December 2000. She said I was eligible for special ed.
We need your hurricane voices. We need your sacred hands. I say, come, sister, brother, to the battlefield.
No, you shut up. You, the miseducator and misinformer, you, the history rewriter that tries to contain my generation to one-sided tongues.
The past is not a church that you go into and just, kind of fall silent and bow your head.
We conclude that in the field of public education, the doctrine of separate but equal has no place.
Possessing this label they gave me, I swallowed the stigma and felt the pain of being seen in a room with 6 people. Yeah, it fell upon me, and the pain was like stones that rained down on me from the days where school